This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Barn.
Good deer. He is pushing this doe hard. He actually pushed her right back, and there he is right there.
All right, here we are back at it. It's November the 28th.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we're hooking up with JJ Kolesar as he heads south and leaves the Midwest behind to hunt some Louisiana swamp bucks during the December rut. A rut hunt in December? Where do I sign up for that?
Pow, baby, pow. Yes! Then we're headed back to the Midwest in the great state of Missouri, where Tim Seigler is on the hunt for longtime nemesis, Mr. November. Unable to find a cameraman, it's going to be a tall order to get the job done. But with Mr. November coming in at number 10 on our Natural Barn Top 10 hit list, all the hard work will be worth it. Let's get this party started.
Louisiana Honeybreak Lodge, world renowned for duck hunting, except this time we're chasing deer. We cannot wait to get down there over Christmas vacation.
Honeybreak Lodge has got these WRP programs, and from what we're gathering, they're holding tons of deer, and they've got a great age structure there. We, fortunately enough, gracious and deep gratitude to Drury's, were going to send us down there over Christmas break, and we were just absolutely pumped because we're going to see whitetails in a little bit of a different element or a different environment, and we're excited to see the deer numbers. Well, after about a 10-hour drive, we roll into Louisiana, and when we get down there, we kind of wind our way back and we pull up into the lodge, and it looks like a 5-star hotel with a very wooded retreat setting sitting right on a river. And needless to say, we knew we were in just an absolutely prime hunting camp, just a 5-star, top-notch operation. After we settled in, we finally learned that Blake Shelby of PSC and Adam Anderson of the Drury Outdoor team, we were going to be staying together. Not only that, we were actually going to be rooming together. You know, like I said before, 5-star, but we also had that camp feel. So Adam, Blake, Kyle, and myself were all together, and we were excited to spend the next 4 or 5 days in Louisiana at the Honeybreak Lodge. Okay, so it's the first morning at Honeybreak, and we're headed out. It's dark. We arrived at dark, so when we're rolling out to our deer stand in the morning at dark, we really have no idea what to expect. We get up in the blind, and we're just trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. And what we noticed is the difference is these swamps are thick, super thick. You can't see that great. You can see why deer are growing old down here at Honeybreak.
It's not the prettiest of things, but I'm telling you, it is holding some serious deer.
So you're watching these cutover roads and just these small cutovers, and they just crisscross back and forth, back and forth. So we're seeing lots of deer, lots of does, lots of young bucks, a mature buck here and there, but the problem was getting on them. We had a rifle in hand, but at the same rate, you're trying to film it, and they would cross these cutovers, and it would be, you know, seconds. Hey, there's a good buck, we think. You get a look at him, and by that time he was gone. So the hunting was a little different. Getting on him, I see, was going to be a challenge.
All right, folks, we are settling in for night 3. And we are at the Honeybreak in Louisiana. A 5-star, I call it a resort. It is mainly for duck hunting. We are on a 3-acre oats and wheat field that is absolutely getting hammered. It's just getting obliterated with doe traffic and or hopefully buck traffic. We've been close, but not close enough. We're hoping that this type of food plot will put us in that rifle range that we need to be. Fingers are crossed. We're at the Honeybreak in Louisiana, looking to get it done Southern style. Here we go. There's a doe coming out of the corner here. Like where you said you thought you'd see him coming out of the corner. Oh, there's a buck in the brush. Yeah, that's a shooter for sure. Take a look real quick. Look real quick. He's in the brush right in the corner with the doe. Oh. Yeah, that's only
heck yeah.
That's 250.
Heck yes.
Just relax.
I can't get that far left, Kyle. I might have to come out your window. That's 225. He's on that. He's going in the brush. He followed that doe in the brush.
Oh, there he is.
Where is he?
He's with a bunch of does in there. Shoot, he's running the wrong way. He'll be back. He'll come back.
He's in that brush.
He ain't gonna leave her.
We have a buck. I would say mid-30s, 8. Good deer. He is pushing this doe hard. He actually pushed her right back, and there he is right there. He's right there.
Okay, here you go, buddy boy. Let me get the other camera on. Just let me know.
Yep. Yep.
There you go.
Do you see him still?
No, I saw him run in, but... How'd it feel? I mean,
Pretty good.
did it?
Yeah. Well, it didn't drop him like I was hoping. The shot felt good, man. We got a hit. It's going crazy there. It's just like a big 8 right there. And we had him at probably about 215 yards. And I felt pretty good about this shot, but I'm hoping it got through some top of those sycamores. It looked clear. But I'm gonna kind of curtail my reaction right now because you ran into some brush there, and I hope he's down in that brush. We got the Winchester ammunition, the Winchester guns, and I'm thankful for them as a sponsor. Well, thankful. I would be very thankful if we can find that deer down in that brush there. Well, we are in day 3 at Louisiana Honey Break Experience, baby. We watched the footage. We think it's good. We texted Mike, who's our guide. You know, he was pretty balled up when he was leaving the field, so fingers are crossed.
You see him?
Pow, baby, pow.
Yes!
Yeah, I just got off the field.
You went nowhere. You went nowhere. That a boy.
Louisiana
Oh, yeah,
stud,
it's a good
baby.
one.
Yeah.
You deserve it, dude. That's a heck
Oh,
of a
that's
deer.
a stud.
That's a great 8 points.
Gosh dang it,
Great
I
8
tell you
points.
what, I got thanks running through my bones right now. I am just so thankful. I am thrilled, man. I am thrilled. Well, here we are, baby. Honey Break, Louisiana. It is the lodge of all lodges. It is mainly duck hunting. And you look at 95% of the hunters that are in camp, they're duck hunters, but there's 3 or 4 of us who are hunting, and we're chasing some of these Louisiana swamp bucks, and we finally caught up with one. This guy got to about 215, 220, and we let the XPR rip. We're shooting a 270 by Winchester and the Deer Season XP, and it did the trick because he only went about 20 yards off the field. He was out, he had a harem of does because he was the king. He was pushing the does around, and he came out, went back in, and we thought we lost touch with him, but sure enough, right there at last light, he came back out on the field and gave us a good shot, and I just couldn't be more thankful. I gotta thank Mark and Matt Drury for giving me this opportunity. Kyle behind the camera. I gotta thank Honey Break. I gotta thank Mike, who's our guide, who's been just running us around, and I just gotta say thanks to everybody that's allowing me to be here hunting, including my wife and family. So happy, safe hunting for the rest of the season, folks, but if you're ever looking for a deer hunt and you want to follow the rut south, Honey Break's got them, ducks and bucks. 12/29/2017, 1-day tag, $36 for a non-resident. That is super liberal, getting sportsmen in the field, and they got a lot of deer. So if you're looking for that southern hunt, Louisiana's a place to go with those 1-day tags. You can't beat that. Affordable, Mutts?
I don't think any other states are doing that around here.
I've never heard of that in any other state. But we made it count in this state, so.
Get your money's worth out of that.
That's right, man. That's 36 bucks I ever spent. I have found a new love for rifle hunting and extending that range. It's a lot of fun. It's not something Kyle and I have done in the past because Illinois doesn't have a rifle season, but I am hoping and praying, fingers crossed, that we will be back in Louisiana hunting swamp bucks at Honey Break Lodge.
This segment is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, makers of the swing blade that opens game like a zipper.
Scent Crusher eliminates a wide range of odors, from your simplest to even your more nasty odors. We've all heard people say it ain't rocket science, but with Scent Crusher, it kinda is. Scent Crusher even eliminates odor without washing, so no necesita agua, mi amigo.
Scent Crusher products use ozone technology developed from NASA-based research.
In fact, Scent Crusher eliminates scent so well, they'll never smell you coming. Steve here can testify to that.
Scent Crusher. Scent off, game on.
Innovation is in our DNA, bred from a long history of fierce competition and the survival of the fittest. Inheriting the results of nearly 50 years of PSE archery research and development, the Evolve Cam system delivers the smoothest draw cycle ever created without any compromise on speed. PSE Archery's Evolve Cam system. Evolve or get left behind.
Since 2002, Reconyx has built the most reliable trail cameras available. The tradition continues with our best camera yet, the all-new HyperFire 2. With a quarter-second trigger speed, 150-foot no-glow night vision, and a battery life up to 2 years, all at the lowest price point we've ever offered, and backed by an industry-leading 5-year warranty. You get what you pay for. So invest in an American-made trail camera that will perform year after year, guaranteed. Reconyx, see what you've been missing.
We don't stop where the trail ends.
I am Nomad. I am Nomad.
We don't do rain checks.
I am Nomad.
I am Nomad.
We don't do sick days. We don't clock out at 5.
I am Nomad.
And we never say good enough.
I am Nomad.
Together, we are Nomad. We are authentic hunting.
Winchester and Drury's Natural Born is brought to you by Scent Crusher, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, PSE Archery, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Hunting Apparel, Mossy Oak Grain Camo, Analogics Outdoors, Ram Trucks, and Winchester Ammunition. Get ahead of your game with the all-new DeerCast app, available on iOS and Android. For Midwestern guys, hunting whitetails in the South involves a bit of a learning curve. Fortunately, school teachers Kyle Moore and JJ Kolesar are quick learners. Along with experts at the great Honey Break Lodge, they put their heads together and came up with a lesson plan that everybody can get on board with. Now that's a winning combination right here on DoD TV. Congrats to JJ on harvesting a great swamp buck in Louisiana. His trusty Winchester had no problem reaching across 210 yards. Now, let's head to the great state of Missouri and join Tim Seigler, where he is on the hunt for Mr. November, a buck that comes in at number 10 on our Natural Born Top 10 hit list. Tim Seigler has been a longtime cameraman and friend to Drury Outdoors. For this hunt, he's going to be both hunter and cameraman, so it's going to be quite the accomplishment if he can get the job done. Get ready to meet Tim and Mr. November.
This all started October 31st, 2014. It was Halloween night, and we had high pressure ushering in, had a big moon that night, and I was going into the heart of my farm the next day for November 1st. Only problem was I didn't have a cameraman to go with me.
We're not orange because it's the season here in Missouri, November 1st. It's cold. It's like, it was 27 when I got in the tree this morning. The pressure is like 30.5 or something crazy. It's rising, high pressure, blue skies. Couldn't ask for anything else.
This is a very, very special spot. It's in the heart of the timber, and once the rut really starts kicking in, this is where I want to be. Little did I know, I sat there all morning, didn't see too much. About 9:30, here comes a few does, looked up on the timber, there's a rack. I don't know this deer. He's coming in, and she's coming right to me. I knew I was gonna get a shot. So self-filming, got everything ready, calm myself down, he's coming, he stops. There's a raccoon beneath my tree, making all the noise in the world. Long story short, don't get the shot done, he boogers out of there.
That deer has me shaking. I had him at 20 yards, but he was facing me. He kind of knew something was up, and the worst luck I could possibly have, a raccoon walked underneath my tree right when he was at 20 yards, and he heard it, and he couldn't see it, and he didn't like it. And if he was anywhere else but underneath my tree, it would have been fine. He just boogered out of here. He doesn't know what's up. He didn't know it was me. He just didn't like it. It's a big deer.
November 1st, 2014, this deer gets in on me. Got the perfect name for him, Mr. November. I think we're gonna have a big story with him.
All right, so here it is, November 1st. I had a great set this morning. Had that buck at 25 yards. I actually got a few pictures of him on my trail cam, so I went around and checked cameras in the middle of the day. He was a good deer. It just didn't work out. That raccoon, just bad timing. That's all you can chalk it up to, but it was an awesome, awesome morning. I can just hope for an evening half as good. I'll sit back and watch these bucks roll in.
So I see the deer November 1st, 2014. I see him again the following day, just running through the timber.
The deer from yesterday, I'm calling him Mr. November. He's a big, big deer.
I gotta catch up with this deer. I see him a few more times, once in gun season, and then later on that year, me and Aaron Bennett had him in on us. Unfortunately, he dropped an antler off, so 27 yards, had to let him walk. Fast forward to 2015 season. Filming with Mark and Terry through the years, one of the biggest things that I've learned is going back and looking at all my trail cameras and not using that information as right now, but looking at it for the future. So I knew that deer showed up November 1st of 2014. I was going back in that area, checking my cameras and waiting for him to show up again. Fortunately enough for me, this deer showed up actually a week early, and I was in there waiting for him. Unfortunately, once again, I'm self-filming. It's always a booger trying to get in there and self-film. There's a lot of stuff going on. I see that big Club G2 walking into me. Time to get ready. We do all this stuff to get it on film. I want it to be just right. It's the deer I've been after, the deer I've been obsessing over. Walks in, 20 yards. I don't like the shot of the camera. I bump it a little bit. He hears it. Another opportunity wasted. Mr. November, you got me again.
That's a buck I call Mr. November. He showed back up on my cameras last night. I've been chasing him all last year. He's a 5-year-old. I believe this year he could be older. I could have shot him off camera, but we worked too hard to do this on camera and to shoot a deer of that caliber with that kind of history off camera. I would just be so disappointed in myself. That's twice I've had him within 30 yards without a cameraman.
So October 18th, the deer gets away from me. Now we're going into gun season. I'm really nervous. I want this deer more than anything. I am beyond obsessed with him. I even told my film partner, Andrew Bennett, I said if a 180-inch deer comes out and Mr. November comes out, I'm going after Mr. November. Gun season comes and goes. He kind of disappears. I am really bummed. I think he moved south of my farm. I'm not sure if he's alive or dead.
All right, here we are back at it. It's November the 28th, and I'm sitting on a green plot. Nasty as all get out. It's been raining. It's just above freezing. It's just bone-chilling cold. And I got these deer radishes and sugar beets all out in front of me here with the cedars and thermal cover right behind it. So
if these deer are hungry, and I'm thinking they've been hunkered down for 2 or 3 days with all this rain that pushed through, but I'm just gonna sink back in my blind and wait till the deer pop out and start munching on these deer radishes.
It was bitter cold that night, just that bone-chilling cold with the rain blowing in sideways, but I'm sitting over top of a biologic Green Patch Plus field, and I know these deer should be sucking into it, so I'm gonna sit back, enjoy the evening, see what pops out.
Not a bad start. Young doe. It's still pretty early, so hopefully there'll be more behind her. It's just the beginning.
Not much action going on. It was really low pressure that night. I was feeling kind of bummed, you know, shooting out the text going, man, nothing's really happening, nothing's jiving. Sure enough, I look up, that Club G2 shows back up.
Just remember.
I was just thrilled out of my mind, just know that deer was alive, and then all of a sudden reality kind of set in. I had to get ready. This deer's coming into the biologic.
Mr. November's out there. I don't know where he went, but we're gonna see if he pops back out.
So I get my tripod all set up, get it at the right angle, get my PSC, rage in hand. He's really calm. He's just munching away. All I gotta do is make sure this arrow finds its mark. Shot goes off, hear the smack, he's running over the hill, I lose my mind.
Oh, I hope that recorded. I hope that recorded.
It is finally over. I finally got an arrow in Mr. November. All we gotta do now is find him. It's been raining for 3 or 4 days up there. It's a muddy mess. I don't wanna push this deer or mess anything up. I'm gonna head back home, get some recruits, and head back in the morning.
All right, it's morning after. We got everybody here. We're gonna go see if we can find blood, and he should just be right up over the hill. I hope so anyway, so we'll go see. That's a bright red boy. Yeah, that's good blood there.
In the ditch?
Yeah.
Little did we know, it was not going to be much of a blood trail at all. He was just over the hill. I was probably 25 yards away from him, just picking up my arrow the night before.
Oh boy, he's heavy.
Mr. November is finally coming home with me.
All right, it's the morning after I hit him. I finally got Mr. November, the deer I've been after for 2 years. This deer showed himself to me on November 1st of 2014, and that's where he got his name. I had him in at 25 yards. I couldn't get it done. Turns out that was going to be the story for this deer. Including last night, I had him within bow range 4 times. Once he actually dropped his antlers, so I didn't shoot him then. It was late season last year. He came to the biologic last night, put his head down, just started eating those bulbs, and that gave me the perfect opportunity to get an arrow in him. And without that biologic, this deer is not on the ground right now. He only went 100 or so yards, died in this creek here, and I mean, just a perfect ending to the story of the deer that I've been chasing for all this time. I couldn't be more excited to get my hands on this deer.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we'll join Analogic's Mark Freeze as he looks to dip, dive, duck, and dodge an arrow through the mesquite brush to take down a mature buck in the Lone Star State.
It's a wonderful spot. He should come right up this draw here, so.
Not to be outdone, my brother from another mother, Wade Robinson, picks up the PSC and looks to make a little Texas whitetail twing of his own.
He hung up here for a long time, but he come on through it.
It's a Texas two-step adventure. adventure. That's all next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
Out here, we're hostile, cold, and cruel. Are a way of life. There's no better way to live. Guts, glory, ram.
As people who love the outdoors, we know what we stand for. We stand for fish, wildlife, and conserving the places they call home. We stand for the traditions we inherited and that we must pass on. We stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand together for you.
There's something unique about hunting the mountains. It draws you in and consumes you with every step you take toward the top. It toys with your mind, tests your endurance, pushes you to the very end of your limits. When we designed Mossy Oak Mountain Country, we didn't follow the digital fashion trend. We took the very elements from the mountain to create the best Western camouflage ever made. When you're up there, you're in their world. You better look like it.
Feeling lucky? You could win Mark Drury's bow in the Analogics Golden Ticket Sweepstakes. Look for a ticket in any 10 or 20 pound bag of Anti-Supplement Gold. There are 21 prizes. Find the details and enter to win at analogics.com/golden ticket.
Want to harvest a big monster buck? Anti-mineral blocks give deer crucial bone-building minerals with extreme palatability. And now comes with a $5 rebate. Download the rebate at www.analogics.com.